While I sat and listened, my lights went on. I asked myself, what am I doing? Why am I wrecking my life? The words I had heard that day sounded very heavy with a lot of authority. I felt like as if I was standing before the Lord Himself. This is when we were listening to His words on the Sermon on the Mount. I knew I had to change my ways. For years, I had hidden my sin and my addiction to pornography. It had to end. But how did it all begin? Well, my first exposure to pornography was when I was 9 to 10 years old. This was around a painful period when my parents were going through a divorce. Our housekeeper at that time would lock himself in the house with his friends, and they would send us little ones outside. But my curiosity wouldn't let me rest. That peek through the window is the day that my innocence was stolen away from me. I will never know that in a few years to come, I would be hooked to pornography. It became an obsession. Every device I held, I searched for more. At school, me and my friends would sneak into the computer lab and spend hours consuming pornography. And when I turned 15, I had joined a local entertainment group. This was a dance crew. Wow, this made me the star of the class. I traveled the country. We used to hang out with celebrities. I lived the dream of many teenagers in Uganda. But in the background, my struggle with porn just kept getting worse. It was my hidden sin, a deep source of insecurity about myself and about my sexuality. While my friends were making real connections with real people, I personally withdrew into a virtual world of lust and shame. What started as a source of pleasure became a road to hell. My church was of no help. My youth groups did not talk about this, and pastors avoided this topic. I started to think that I was the only one struggling with this problem, which of course just deepened my despair. I wore a mask, fun and smiling on the outside, but deeply broken in the inside. I had no idea where to turn for help. About 4 years ago, everything changed for me. By the grace of God and with the help of a supporting community, I found hope. By looking at the life of Jesus and His teachings, I found healing. Despite ongoing challenges, I am on a journey towards holiness, of course, only made possible by His grace. The turning point for me was that night when we sat and were listening to an audio Bible. When we reached Matthew chapter 5, this is the Sermon on the Mount. For the first time in my life, I heard Jesus' words. It was as if He was standing there in the room, speaking directly to me. His words pierced my heart, and they ignited a deep desire to change my ways and strive toward holiness. Today, I am on a journey, and God has been so gracious to me, teaching me a lot about recovery and transformation. And I want to take you along with me. I know how dark and shameful this road or this journey can make you feel, but I want to let you know that you are not alone. And that is why we started Hearts Unbound. Hearts Unbound is a place where you can freely share how you feel, without shame or judgment. It is a place for you to find the resources you need, to find a community that you can plug in. If you're honest and transparent about who you are and what you want to be, I believe this is the place for you. Hearts Unbound is a place where we find help and not judgment. Here, we offer resources and raise awareness about the harms pornography causes to relationships, to mental health, and most importantly, to your spiritual well-being. We aim to create a safe space for people seeking to break free from unwanted sexual behavior. Our mission is to equip you with the tools you need to break the cycles of temptation and embrace a life of purity, integrity, and a wholehearted commitment to Jesus and His kingdom. The fact that you're here, you've already taken a brave step. I invite you to take one more with me. Go ahead, join a free meeting with us, and start a journey to transformation. By God's grace, there is hope for each and every one of us. Thank you so much for watching. Grace and peace to you all.